show for you today. Of course, it's Money Monday. It's delicious Monday because we always want to level you up, as it's always our aim to send you back better than you came. This Power Hour is just for you for the Christmas holiday and beyond. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. It's the Bunch Bunch. Ooh, look at that.
I know. Turn that down just a little, though.
So that we don't own the copyrights.
They're awarded the world's best ice cream in Chicago.
I think.
Yep, I emailed it to you, too.
Visit Sean Michelle's ice cream.
Oh, that's right. So turn it
What's up, Sharice?
I'll get this together after the show.
You can put me on there.
Okay.
Sharice, I'm going to talk about y'all event last night.
Man, we did good today. We did all of So tomorrow we'll finish the next week.
Yeah.
Perfect job.
I love it when a plan come together. Yeah, and I need one of them, too.
Hey,
It's Action Jackson and some T Breezy over here cleaning up the studio. Why? Because we like clean up in here.
T Breezy.
This my in the raw for today.
Yes.
I see you add them with the dates on it.
I put the dates on it every day.
Oh, I maybe just never paid attention to it.
This is
Heinous.
yeah, that's the exact word I was thinking.
Heinous. I'm praying the weather still stays clear for the rest of this week.
I want you to know it snowed last night. I looked on my deck this morning, it was snow all over.
I didn't see it, but I heard it on the news.
I know why you didn't see it, because y'all don't get up early enough. See, the early bird catch the snow.
Well, I'm going to sleep in.
Oh, I didn't know. Seasonal depression. That's what I talked about today. You were in a seasonally depressed state when I was talking about seasonal depression on the intro. So
When?
today.
You talked about that already?
Ooh.
Oh my Lord, where was I at?
I don't know, but I don't usually condone this, but drugs might help you today.
What am I doing?
Whatever it is, it ain't here.
Talk about somebody's event.
No, I needed to do. I was doing something. Okay, I know.
What am I doing?
Time sheets. I was signing a time sheet.
Yeah, well, you can't multitask. You
I can't because I forgot. Do you want to get paid?
I'm sorry. The views and opinions expressed by Marcel on this
I
live
need your
are
time
not
sheet.
the ones.
Huh?
Come on, huh?
Pinnacle Construction and Remodeling has got you.
You should have been sent that. You can't do it from your phone.
Restoration.
I'm gonna send you a blank one. Justin, send me a blank one. Yeah. All right.
Who you talking to? The driver that don't drive?
Yeah. So, but well, I'm doing something for you. Yeah, but your time sheet should have been done.
Yeah, thanks. I'll make sure to send mine before Monday.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it's a very easy process.
Right, like it's so easy. You can actually dang near fill them out in advance.
That's what I used to do this. That's what I used to do.
So he turned that intro up fast, like, y'all better be quiet. It's getting ready to go down. But it is getting ready to go down. And this one may hurt, guys. A new development in the case of the 11-year-old boy that was shot and wounded by the cop after seeking help. Now, Alabama did a WWW smackdown, and consequently, a chair weapon was formed and born. But Mississippi done gone Mississippi, y'all. A grand jury has decided not to indict a police officer who shot and wounded an 11-year-old boy who called for help. According to the ABC News, the grand jury decided that Indianola Police Sergeant Greg Capers did not engage in criminal conduct when he shot Adrian Murray in the chest on May 20th while responding to a domestic dispute. While the grand jury has spoken, we firmly believe that there are unanswered questions and that the shooting of Adrian Murray was not justified, the family's attorney Carlos Moore told reporters. We are committed to seeking justice for Adrian and his family. Well, according to the reports, the boy called for help as instructed by his mother when the father of one of the other children showed up to the family home. Well, two officers responded, kicked in the front door before Nakila Murray opened it, and then told them that the man had left and that the three children were in the home. Nakaya said that the officer Capers ordered anyone in the home to come out with their hands up. And her 11-year-old son, Adrian, walked out with nothing in his hands, and Capers shot him in the chest. The boy suffered a collapsed lung, a lacerated liver, and fractured rib. Sergeant Capers is relieved as a result and he's glad that the citizens of Sunflower County reached the fair and correct result, his lawyer, Michael Carr, said. I want to be very specific about what I just said. That quote that I just talked about was the lawyer for the lawyer for the police that shot the boy. He is looking forward to continuing to serve the citizens of Sunflower County and the city of Indianola. I never even knew there was an Indianola on the map.
Indianola. And Otis was born in Indianola, Mississippi.
Well, that ain't how that's not how it's spelled.
That's how you
It says
pronounce.
Indianola.
It's Indianola.
That's your New Orleans. So, the small town of Indianola has less than 10,000 residents, and the Murray family has filed a federal lawsuit alleging that Capers was not properly trained and that he used excessive force. Adrian's shooting may be another case of the adultification of black kids. According to the National Institute of Health, adultification is a term used to define how black children are viewed as older than they actually are. But even if he was 30,
right, he still shouldn't have got shot.
Man, I'm just so glad that he lived.
Thank God.
Yeah, because literally, you get shot in the chest, your lung collapses. He did live, right?
Yeah, he lived. Now we need to know what is going to be. What is he going to get from this situation? Besides needing therapy and getting traumatized, are they paying this brother? What are they doing?
Well, they filed a federal lawsuit against him, so that is up and coming, and we'll keep you updated as the information becomes updated to us. You know, we love making sure that you all have updates on any news that we report. But definitely, he's going to have to go through major surgery. Now, your lung collapse means for the rest of your life, you're going to have problems. And the trauma, the trigger for not just the police, but any loud gunshots. He's 11.
Yeah.
Knock on the door.
Yeah. I was listening to some people.
He'll probably never call the police again in life.
Probably never, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you traumatized.
Yeah. You know what? In our communities, we don't call the police by and large because it usually doesn't turn out well for us. And that's really a sad situation. But when you think about it, the police were formed to chase slaves. So historically, if you didn't know that, then now
if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, and then you start thinking, well, if they were formed to chase slaves, and that was the mentality in yesteryear, has it really changed? Sometimes it turns out right, but sometimes it turns out like that.
Adam has something to say.
I'm just confused on this. What you read is that they kicked open the door and they saw that there only were children home, that the man had left, right?
You're not confused. You said it just right.
And then the cop told them to come outside with their hands up, and he came outside with his hands up, nothing in his hands, and he got shot.
He got shot in the chest. Right, but I do see
Welcome to Black America, Adam. Listen, but you know what? When you can have a white person get flabbergasted or stunned by a story like this, but these stories happen, unfortunately,
Well,
too often in our
but Adam's
community.
not a stranger to Black
No.
American issues because most of his friends in his profession are of color, not necessarily black, but not necessarily white either. So he sees the kind of situations that happen. But see,
I
until
think it's
you
just a little
know,
different, though,
but
until
until
you,
you
yeah,
actually get educated, just like Becca was saying, some of the things that you all say, particularly in what in the Caucasian, we tell you what in the Caucasian, not to defame white people, but to educate all people on issues that people don't know about. Because
yeah,
if you are not exposed to it, you don't know that there's a white privilege out here.
right.
And so until you really get it,
And if you're not, because that's the point.
we can't
I know
change it.
Adam got black friends and around it, but until you have that black experience,
That's
like
right.
would never have a white privilege
But
experience,
can he have a black
although he
experience?
can't,
Right.
because he's not
No,
black. Like I can't
no.
experience white privilege because it just I can see it, understand it, call it out, but I'll never be able to experience how it feels.
But I think that the education component of it can give you an empathetic outlook when you are in a situation where you are experiencing it. Like you've had friends to perish, and you're like, that wouldn't have happened in my Burr Ridge community, but it has happened in where my friends live
Right.
in non-Burr Ridge communities. And so I think that once we educate,
Unless it's black friends from Burr Ridge, I don't know now. No.
well, and that's true, black
Right.
people can be from Burr Ridge.
It's gonna still happen out there to
Yeah,
black men.
but right,
is.
and that's why I said that experience is just unfortunately being a black man in America, the traumatization of policing
Well,
has affected us.
they've got a term for it now, adultization,
Adultification,
adultification.
which
Thank you.
which hit me at the core because I never forget an adult had to apologize to me because when I was younger, I can't remember what happened. I do, but I ain't gonna share. But nevertheless, she came back and said, "You know what? I'm sorry. You are so mature. I just thought you were a lot older, and that's why I went as hard as I went, thinking you were older."
Well, here's the rub with that. Number one, you can look at an 11-year-old child and understand and know that they're 11 years old. But here's the other thing. They're talking about police not being trained. And I think that there's an isolated population of police that are ill trained. But I think by and large, police are trained. They just act out of fear when you see black. And that black fear is real, and it has cost us the lives of so many black people that should still be here.
Yeah.
So when you talk about being trained, you need to have some sensitivity training. It's not just police training. You need sensitivity training about approaching any situation with caution.
Overhaul.
I have a question for you. Is it always fear?
Mm-mm.
Not always, but I think a lot of times it is fear.
I don't
Because I
think
think
so.
that's the core. I think that's the core of where racism comes from. Fear.
Well,
No, it's hatred. I don't think it's fair.
Hatred,
the core.
superiority.
Think about it. Racism does not come from fear. Think about slavery. You said it yourself earlier.
What did I say?
You said that policing came out of policing chasing blacks back in the day,
Slavery.
in slavery time.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't say that it was out of hatred. I think that the core of it was fear because now, because we are not necessarily seeking revenge, we're seeking equality, right?
So you think they were afraid of us back then?
I think that they're afraid of us now. Yes.
Now, I think racism comes out of oppression and wanting to oppress people that you think are less than you.
Or maybe
Superiority.
all of that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of it. So sometimes it's fear.
It has nothing to do with fear.
Because I feel that it's a difference when they're chasing, let's say they pull someone white over as opposed to pulling someone black over. They're going to treat them differently.
Yeah.
They do.
So
That's
like,
And they should be fearing the white man because I done seen white people cuss and slap police officers.
tell them all.
We ain't doing all
like
that.
They know all they rights.
And then the white boy can shoot up the whole school and he doesn't get killed.
That
Right.
part.
They take him to Burger King.
Exactly.
That's true.
Get him a Whopper, fries, probably a piece of pie. They gonna look. When I get pulled over, I got my hands at 10 and 2. I'm sweating. I'm nervous. I'm making eye contact. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You know, calling my mama on
Thank you.
speaker, so I got a witness.
Secretly recording.
You know,
Going live.
Not secretly anymore. People are overtly
Right.
recording because they are in
Your
fear.
body function is starting not to work. It's just a whole lot.
but you know what? I thank God that we
That's
serve.
you having a lot of fear.
I know. I'm like, let me go. I'm like, go to break. Shirley needs therapy.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I think that as we continue to put a spotlight, I think as we continue to put a spotlight on these situations, I think that there's some 2, 10, maybe even just one person that we have educated so that when you are faced with situations like that, you can face them with a lot better decision-making processes and then save a life. But that's what we're here to do. We're here to save a life, uplift your life right here on the Brunch Bunch. And when we come back, you know we got the gurus in the building. Woo. Shirley Fields and Latricia. I was going to call you Shirley May. And Latricia May that are going to give you some tips on how to make the end of 2023 financially lucrative and top it off at the top of 2024 and make you have a windfall. Y'all, it's Inspiration 1390. It's the Brunch Bunch. I need a list of songs right here in my face.
I'm like, what you thought that was?
Experiences of adultification, especially my height. Since I was like 14, I'm thinking I'm a grown ass man.
You don't have your songs there?
Yeah, I do. Right here in my face. Do you
She said
believe
just
in
people
love?
in general because
Yeah,
of
do
his
you believe in love?
height.
Do you
You
believe
look
in
in your
love?
face, tell your baby.
Yeah.
They don't know, right?
They're not seeing that. They're seeing black,
They
and
seen
that's
a black, big black man.
Are you going? Because I need to do video. I can't be live and do video.
No, hold on. Right after my segment.
What was that?
if you tear anything up in this $1 billion company,
I know.
whoa.
You break your mind.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Zoe, do the what's going on drop. Homemade ice cream. They awarded the world's best ice cream in Chicago.
How you got the world's best ice cream in Chicago?
You know what? That's what they bio said. And after I said it, I'm like, wait a minute.
Y'all, guess what?
It was some great ice cream.
Today is new hair color day.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
What?
Never mind. I spoke too soon.
What was you gonna say?
I thought you had a new hair color. And I was going to lie and say, yes, I know this, because I always be my nose. But I ain't let her finish, so I got too excited to jump in. It's coming. I'm like, no.
I can't tell you, it's a surprise.
I know it.
You don't know?
Let's bet on it.
She ain't going black. She ain't going black.
Oh, wait, I was trying to take this man.
She did black once, and I remember I was like, I like the black.
Samara, what
I
time?
think you going ginger.
What time tomorrow?
I think.
What time tomorrow? What?
Your
hair.
No, I'm getting my hair done tonight.
What part of
tonight?
today?
What time?
6.
You have personal assistant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excuse us. So,
You going ginger.
did you see my
Same
motivational
place?
video?
Okay.
Did you see my motivational video I put up?
With the babies?
I'm shooting all
No,
this
I was in. My friend got a new car, and I was in. I got to get in her car, their car, and I put a video up like, your friends should motivate you, and we winning and all that. And somebody commented on there like,
Is it on Facebook?
it's on Instagram. I think I may have put it on Facebook. Somebody was like, that's really nice. And then somebody wrote, that look like something Tamara again. So, but no, that got Tamara name all on it.
That's so sweet.
I said, oh, that's so nice. People just know you a classic woman all the way.
I don't know about that. Some people that have known me for a long time be like, okay,
you're saying you don't have this on the bottom?
Thank you.
It just started doing this.
Okay.
Did you talk to the girl?
Yeah.
Fade us. Come on, Zoe.
Was that you who said
Okay.
that? You told me don't call because she was at work.
That was Tanya.
Yeah, whoever sent that. So what I did was I just texted her and told her to call me when she was. And I found some nice things for her.
Oh, good.
I don't think it's
Let me show it to you.
In Section 8, right?
Well,
I think her
hopefully they
boxes is smaller, right?
Yeah, I would just do that again.
I know it should be more.
Oh, I got somebody for you too.
No, that's cool.
I forget you do rentals.
Yeah, I do rentals. Send them on.
But I'm saying, shouldn't her
But
voucher just be based on
did
her
I send
family
you the
size?
show yet?
And her family size should have like 2,200.
If not, I'll give it to
It's
you.
based on the number of bedrooms. But it's based on her bedroom. She do work.
Yeah, but it's based on income too.
Oh, it is her voucher. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure she gets a nice.
So man, one of my friends is your DCFS licensing rep.
Cool. Which one?
Her name is Sylvia.
What school?
Oh, Southside. She told me she got your
Probably
Southside.
new.
Probably not too. And guess whose sister that is? Samantha's.
I know Sylvia.
Yeah.
She's a DCF. She's a
She-
work for me.
She said she's your licensing person.
I did not know. So what? She's my East Side licensing
Probably.
person. She just got new.
And then when she said, I'm like, well, do you know Allison? She was like, yep, Allison Childcare. I got them too.
That's excellent.
I said, well, that's perfect.
That is perfect. Not for favors, but for
Right.
fairness.
Fairness. That's what she said.
Fairness.
I
That's
said,
all
so
I
you can
want.
make sure you tell them and help them do whatever they need. She said,
I
yep.
love Sylvia. She used to work at West Austin
Did she?
when Samantha was there.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I do
because she's
remember
got
that.
twins.
And a little baby.
She got a little baby now?
Well, she about 5, right?
Yeah, Sylvia. Oh, that's great.
I said the only person in their
Joy
family
told
that
me
really.
that, but it didn't resonate to connect the two. I didn't think about that.
Call today
Yep.
and make a wise choice to secure
I said,
your
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna tell Tamara as soon as I see her.
I love
You
Sylvia.
heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your
I'm
home.
trying to show it to
Call
you another way.
Stacy Chauncey
Because I
at
want to show you all the pictures.
866-447-3344.
You found some good ones?
Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344.
I love this shirt.
Thank you. Nice blocks too.
That's what I'm talking about. I want her on a nice block. So
How old are
her
her children?
kids small.
I thought so.
Specializing in
All right, 30 seconds.
expert plug restoration, and vibrant painting services. We're the local pros turning houses into dream homes. Our dedicated team.
Marcel's so full of it. Come on. Yeah, I was gonna say you got new hair color.
Because I be missing it. I never pay attention. Right. Well, I had to because I spoke.
My hair been this color for how many? 3 months?
I should have let you finish
You were
talking.
red. You were red a little bit.
Yep. I was
Yeah,
ready
I'm
for
like,
it.
you did have a little
You
bit.
don't know nothing.
don't
Go
know.
ahead,
Would
baby.
you be quiet? So what's going on is this weekend I had the honor and privilege to MC the 2023 Love McPherson's Jingle and Dine event at the Blue Door out in Morgan Park. That is Morgan Park, 118th off the Expressway.
Beverly
when-
Morgan Park. Yeah.
When I say Love McPherson knows how to throw an event, I'm talking from start to finish. The execution was perfect. She had Selena Johnson came in and gave a mini concert.
Nice.
They fed over 100 people soul food. It was a taste of soul food. She had Taronda from Empire
Nice.
came and spoke, and Love closed it out. Now, Reverend Pastor Sharp was supposed to be the guest speaker, but unfortunately his father passed away, and so he had to go to Atlanta. So we're still praying for Pastor Sharp and the entire Sharp family. But I had to shout this event out because if you've never been to a Love McPherson event, make it your point to get to the next one. Love and her team, I mean, when I say the bar is set high at how they host and execute the event, from the moment I walked in the door, it's like $1 million production.
Wow.
They have a green room set up for me, like your boy is famous for real. Listen, they asked me, what would you like in your room? What type of snacks? And they had, I'm like, listen, you're right.
So how is it for a person like me?
And I'm about to get there. So I want to talk about me real quick. You know, but I wanted to shout that out because this is my second event with them. And then Love came in the room and said, say these 2 dates because we don't want anybody else but you, Axel Jackson. You're a part of this crew. Now, and they pay on time, but nevertheless, but the event for believers, it's like free therapy. It is literally.
I used to take her. I used to be on her online during
Her
the pandemic. Her virtual. Yeah.
When they get on stage, each guest, Selena talked about traumas she had been through, and Love, of course, dissected it, went through it. One lady just in the middle of them talking just started screaming, crying, like we just felt it because they were talking about. Selena has a new song, Monsters in the Closet.
Wow.
And she said she got the title from a therapy session with Love. And she said after Love said, those are monsters in your closet, but we got to work through it. She said, and it made me write this song. and they went through the different traumas that we go through as childhood traumas, and it was just amazing. Then Love finished it off with going through grief during this Christmas season.
Yeah.
And broke down how you don't have to feel like, don't let your spouse or your mate divide you from your family. Saying you got to split time here, you got to do this, we can't do. Don't go where you don't want to go. If you don't want to be bothered, don't go. So it was just dope. Shout out to Love McPherson and her entire team. Now, I told you, I texted and said I had a new donor this morning I had to meet. Love McPherson. I told them what I was doing for Breakfast with Santa. And I said, I'm missing decorations. I said, I'm going to Tammy to get some. I said, but I really need some decorations. I pulled up today to pick up. She said, I got decorations for you. Love has fully furnished and decorated the entire Breakfast with Santa. I was blown away. Now, listen, we ain't have enough room either. I only had a little pickup truck. But shout out to Love and her team. And I was like, I thought you just had a few items. She said, no, 40 trees, tablecloths, lights, chairs, a whole stage
You
set.
need the biggest place now.
Well,
We
you
are-
know what? You can do Christmas around the world with the trees.
Oh, maybe you know what? Tammy, the renter decorations is now rent a decorator.
But emphasis on the rent.
Oh, right. I mean, donor.
Okay. I'm kidding.
But no, it was so amazing, and I'm like, thank you, Love. So shout out to Love and her team for doing that. I do want to say we are still in need of toys. We are at capacity. Breakfast with Santa is maxed out. We have 550 people will be in the building this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We want to make it so special for the family. We got turkeys donated yesterday. It's going down at the Care Center, 230 North Colmar. We got vendors. Tamara be there with the purple turtle and selling her books and perfumes. Allison will have her books. We got clothes and jewelry and all type of vendors you can shop. But we're going to have free breakfast, free picture with Santa, and free gifts for every kid. We need toys. If you want to donate toys, drop them off at United for Better Living, 4540 West Washington Boulevard. You can drop them off at the Dream Center, 5927 West Chicago Avenue. Or you can email me and I will come and personally pick the donations up. That is whoisjac@gmail.com. Whoisjac@gmail.com. So I'm switching gears from Breakfast with Santa. I got a shout out. Last night, Shades of Green annual holiday party went down at Maggiano's, and it was hosted by Latanya, Nidra, and Charmaine Riquette of Uncle Remus Saucy Fried Chicken. And Charmaine kept asking me to make sure Valencia was there. She bought her a ticket. Then she said, I'm going to buy her mom a ticket. And so Valencia was not feeling that great. Of course, 2 kids and all the other stuff. She was like, I don't know if I can make it. And then she said, you know what? I can't do Charmaine like that. I'm going to go. She got up to go. And to her surprise, the over 100 women in that room honored and showered Valencia with love and gifts last night. And they sent me the video and she was crying. While Nona was in the building, Valencia came home and smiled for hours. I hadn't seen her this happy. And so, like, I had to ask her, like, did you have a drink at this event? Like, cause you real bubbly.
And it's not over because we still got
It's not, yes, the lady.
That's
So
awesome.
I want to shout out Charmaine because when you can think about somebody else, and
She always does, though.
she always does. Just a wonderful, wonderful heart. So shout out to Latanya, Nidra Maggiano, Sharice, who tunes in every day, gave Valencia a car with some money. And man, she came in the house with gifts and money and vacation. Somebody
Oh my God, she was blessed.
donated a vacation to us. You know, look, she can't go alone. But that was so dope. So I wanted to make sure that I shouted that out. And they do this event every year. They had singing and speeches and food and all that good stuff. So shout out to the Shades of Green event again. I think that's it. I wrapped it all up. I had 2 things.
And you did a great job.
Yes.
I'm so excited because let me tell you something. Valencia has gone through it. And so for people to honor her, I know that was a heartfelt sentiment and she received it very well because she's just that type of person. And I hope that you all receive this next segment very well because It is time.
Woo!
It's time to
Woo!
level up, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 13 Night.
All right, you going now?
Did you know
You
about
coming on?
I did. I did. I did. She called and told me, and so I was like,
Take out one of the
Valencia
Caucasians.
got to
Zoe.
go.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Because,
Take out one
at the
Caucasian.
church sometimes she get a little just
Just want
tired.
to relax.
And she,
Especially on a Sunday.
yep, sat down on
I
the
don't see
couch
any
with the
Christmas
babies
music
and
on
went to
here.
sleep, took a nap, got up.
Tomorrow. Did you go to?
No, it was only women only. And I had to go to
Now,
another
coming
event,
on.
but the whole
Every
time I
song
was
from
sitting there
now on
like,
Christmas music.
is anybody going to text me what's going on? Did they do it yet?
You going on?
I had him in this phone. Lord Jesus.
Do you want content or not?
Yes. Not that much of me today. I made up. So tell me, they gave me fake snow, grass to put the trees.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how we can decorate 40 trees.
Oh, yeah. And then, look, they gave me some decorations for the tree, but I like that Christmas around the world idea.
Well, I got the ones at Diwali, and then we do Alaska and India is Diwali, and then we do.
I'm like,
Italy.
and then she had somebody build a set. So Santa, a fireplace for Santa, chairs. I'm like,
all of
oh.
Nice.
Listen, brother, and I kept saying I wanted to do it big, but first thing first is toys and food and
You
stuff.
have lights?
No, I think we're gonna need some more lights.
Do you ever contact the Toys for Tots?
I do. Well, I did the first year. The first year I ever did it, Toys R Us came through. And then every year after that, some they'll call.
You have balls?
Yes, I do. But
You have tree balls?
yes.
And
Some I gotta look when I leave here. I'm gonna go to the
okay,
school.
let me know.
And go through everything.
And I'll talk with my team because we do. Oh, you know what? Christmas Around the World, the Museum of Science and Industry does that every year. I'm gonna look at see what they do, and then we can do it.
All right.
So you got a decorating company too?
No, I just made that up real quick.
Now, don't get me wrong. I can
She
decorate,
can decorate.
but I don't do. That's not. Okay. You got a decorating company too?
Cherie, Valencia face when her name was called was priceless. Because Valencia didn't never watch this. I told her mother. Her mother forgot though. Didn't pay attention to me. So Valencia say they was up there talking about this woman and all of the things, how strong she is.
How many more
And
minutes
her mama, they said Valencia, her mama hit her like she had won the lottery or something. So but they talking about you. So that made it better.
Bill and Latricia May on the Brunch Bunch. Sponsored by L&S Developments, helping you build generational wealth through real estate.
Go ahead, intro.
What time is better than now at the end of the year to start planning for the close of Q4, fourth quarter, and for the opening of the first quarter of 2024? It's our mantra to give you more information, right? And also to give you a slogan going into the new year. We want more in 24. That's our slogan. And here to give you more is L&S Development, Latricia May and Shirley Fields back in the building. What's up, ladies?
Ooh, it's a blessing to be back in the building this end of the year 2023. God is good.
Is it too late? Is it too late to do? Is it too late to level up?
It is never too
Never
late.
too late.
Can I close before the end of the year?
Yes, you can.
Oh, with the
But
super
You got to
thing.
get that application in today.
Get that application in, and remember, if you got any monies left, do not go get stuff. You need that for your down payment and closing costs.
Well, now, what tips would you give the believers today for the next 2 weeks that we have left in the year, and then for the top of 2024? What can we expect? I know that the interest rates were going down. Are they still going down?
Yeah, they're still trending on a downward spiral, which is great if you're looking to purchase or refinance. But the tip that I'm going to give you all, not just for 2024, but just for the rest of your life, I want you to start thinking about building your legacy.
Somebody say for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life.
Building a legacy. Think about what it takes to do that. What do you need to do that? And the good thing is that you can start today. One step each day, but you can't continue to buy stuff. and think, you're going to be saving to purchase real estate. That's just not how it goes. You have to set your goals and work towards those goals. And if you want to own property in 2024, you definitely got to get that mindset together. Okay, sacrificing and saving, that's key.
And also, I like to talk to the sellers. This is a good time for sellers because the interest rates are dropping. Sellers can start preparing to sell their property.
And are we still in a shortage? People still looking
We
for?
need inventory.
Okay.
We need inventory. Absolutely.
Because I know at the end of second quarter, we were about 4,200,000 homes down. Has that increased or decreased or stayed the same?
I'm believing it stayed the same.
Okay. So that means sellers, you have a prime. So it's a seller's market now.
It's a seller.
Well, it's both sellers and buyers.
Yeah,
So I don't want to
both.
say I don't want to say it's
especially if you have
a
a strategic realtor, she can definitely make it a benefit, more of a benefit for you.
And that strategic realtor is Shirley.
Exactly.
But you know what? People always ask us, and so I want to do it right now. They're like, you know what? I need that number again. Let's get a number out right now because y'all going to hear some good stuff where you want to call. What's the number,
The
Shirley?
number is area code 773-616-0906.
I just needed to hear.
I just want to give a shout out to one of our listeners who I closed with. Her cousin was a realtor, so she did have her own realtor. But Miss Markham, she purchased a 4-unit building. And she was a senior citizen and just so wonderful to work with. And I just, she's like a friend for life now. So I enjoy working with her, and just congratulations. And just to let you know, if you're a senior or if you're just starting out, it is not too late for you. You just need to make the move. So make your next move your best move.
You know what?
Glad you said that.
I am too. And every time I see y'all post on social media, I be like, yep, that's a brunch one's listen, I bet. I can tell.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you believers who are actually activating your faith. Faith without
Works is dead.
Right. And then another someone who I closed with, she did a refinance, Miss Wilson. I closed with her probably the middle of the year. Just another wonderful senior citizen. Wanted to pull some equity out to do some work on her home. So a lot of questions a lot of realtors have. I'm sorry, not realtors, but seniors have. Do I need to touch my first mortgage? Because a lot of people may have the lower interest rates. You do not need to touch your first mortgage if you need to pull equity out of your home. You can do a second mortgage. So those of you who have the 2% and 3% interest rates on your home, you don't have to touch that. If you want to access that equity, what is equity you're asking? The money. The cash. If you need to pay down some bills, you can pull it out by just doing the second mortgage. You can do that on a 10-year or 15-year or amortize it over 25 years if you want to keep that payment lower.
How does that work?
How does what work?
The second mortgage. For the people like, what is a second mortgage? How can I get a second mortgage on my house?
So how that works is we're going to determine what the value of your home is. And so when let's say the value of your home is $200,000 and you only owe $100,000 on your mortgage, the rest of it is equity.
So $100,000 in equity.
$100,000 of equity. So depending on if you have a single family home or a multi-unit, you can access that equity up to 90%. Cash out refinance.
So that means you can get $90,000 if you have $100,000 equity.
Yes. Or you can leave that first mortgage alone and just do a second mortgage. But our cash out refinances start for a second mortgage. You have to access at least $50,000.
Okay. Now I'm glad that you said that because I contacted you all about a young lady who is retiring this year from Premier, and I wanted her to get into a multi-unit so that she could have extra money. Now when you're retiring, you get your 401k, you get your Social Security, but I think that as employers, we need to start really sharing the knowledge that we have learned with our team members so that they can have a better retirement level of living, right? Living. So when I contacted you guys, you were like, yes, we have options for her. Now I'm gonna tell you something. She's scared because she's been renting her entire life, and she says, well, you know what, my credit is not good. I'm like, so what? We got you.
We can work on that.
Right. It's an excuse after an excuse after an excuse. And
stumbling blocks. We just put them in front of ourselves. It stops us from reaching our goals.
And right now we're working with a WVON, 1390 listener right now. And he's a senior. And he's been working all his life, living in a rental unit for 30 years. And he finally decided to purchase. So I've been taking him out now.
Because you essentially paid somebody else's mortgage over that 30 years.
They bought their
Building.
landlord's home.
Yep, yep.
Property. That's because he's renting, I think, a single family home. And he's just called me. As a matter of fact, he's like, listen, I'm ready for my pre-approval right now. Because he had to pay rent again.
Mhm.
And I just couldn't
And
get
the
his
rents are
pre-approval.
going up.
Right. I couldn't get it to him fast enough. Because he was just so upset he had to pay rent again for November. And he's like, I'm ready. I was like, are you really ready? And we got him pre-approved.
So
And
that is amazing. So now, for a person who's in her situation, who's afraid, whose credit is not necessarily at that threshold of lending, what kind of advice would you give to that person?
I would say, as Mr. Jackson always points out, that fake evidence appearing real is not going to get you anywhere. You got to make your next move your best move, and you have to give up that fear, because fear, you should be afraid to fail. That should be your biggest fear. Afraid of not building a legacy, afraid of not leaving something for your children, your children's children.
And one thing that she can do, they can do a soft pull. So she can literally look at her credit and tell her what she needs to do to get herself in line. And
or even if she might be already in a position to purchase, because a lot of times people don't know what they're
They don't
so
know.
that's what I'm saying. So she has to pull her credit. So she's going to tell her what her credit is and what she needs to do. And also she needs to buy before she retires.
Yeah.
Because your income drops when you retire.
I was going to say that.
And it's going to affect your buying power. And I tell
good
people
advice.
all the time,
Great.
get your property before you retire.
This is incredible. Well, I'm glad that you all said that, because as we continue, like, we've been in business for decades now, so people are starting to retire, and I am definitely dedicated to getting them into a better position in retirement than maybe they were in employment.
And that's great that you're an employer that's doing that. And another thing that I want to tell our listeners, those of you that have a 401k or 403b program, start investing into that, because that is something you would be surprised on how fast you can build up assets to assist you with down payment or just to help you for a rainy day. So it's very, very important that you put money aside so you can grow. Again, we want to watch our money grow and not go.
And also, to all the employees out there, like what you're doing, we can come out and we can talk to your employees about, real estate, and perhaps give them knowledge that they can apply.
That's professional development.
Absolutely.
That's professional development.
And planning. You talk about the 401k, and it's so much easier for you to save money without having to pay taxes.
Right.
And that's what your 401k does for you.
Right. And then that's something that you won't buy stuff with, because it's taken directly out of your check.
And it's compounding.
Right. And
it's
another thing is, it makes so much sense, especially when your employer is going to match a certain amount. Why would you not invest into that?
Because you don't know better.
Listen.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. We're telling you, it's a great it's something wonderful to invest in to increase your net worth. Because even if you don't need to touch that for down payment, let's say if you're purchasing a multi-unit, we can use that for your reserves, or you need to have a savings. So sometimes if your credit is a little shaky, and we put that in the AUS, the automated underwriting system, and we say, okay, well, you got like 20K in your bank account saved as assets, that may be the push that we need to get you that approval.
And the terminology that she's using, if you don't understand what she's saying, because I know you don't out there,
and she tells me this all the time,
she
what
will
does that mean?
Break it down to you.
I will.
And all they got to do is call.
Area code 773-616-0906. We look forward to hearing from you.
You know what? Somebody asked me for y'all number. I was out, and I didn't have to go on my phone. I could hear you saying it in my mind. And before you know it, I start talking like you. No.
I love it.
She sings it. 0906. Well, we were talking about goals, Latricia, and you said something very informative: sacrificing and saving. What are some of the end of the year goals that people should start working towards in these next 3 weeks to get ready?
You know what? Shirley had said this today on the way here that people need to stop buying stuff right now. I said, well, everybody buying stuff right now because it's Christmas.
That's right.
But one thing that I had to do for my grand girls, I told myself as I went down the toy aisles, I started cringing. I was like, I don't even want to see this stuff in my living room and dining room. They're going to love it for 1 minute and not going to even care about it, next month. So, I just focus on, let me start a saving plan for them, so they'll have something to start with for themselves in buying real estate. So this is what I want to say today. So for those of you who you feel like you got to buy a lot of stuff, Let them know. Listen, we saving for the bigger picture. We're gonna have a house next year.
Okay, and I just like to add to this story, and this is a true story. This is a 1390 listener. She called me. She's living in a two-bedroom apartment. She wanted a larger apartment. We were already prepping her to buy. So she goes, Shirley, I just want a bigger place. I said, well, she has a very good job. She works for CTA. She says she has the income. I said, well, why don't buy no Christmas gift this year? So she said, I don't have enough money yet. I said, well, sacrifice. Don't buy Christmas gift this year. Have that conversation with your children and tell them next Christmas is going to be better. And she said, you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I said, stay where you are. Because she was ready to pay $2,000 a month rent. And that means that's an additional, because she's currently paying $1,600. I said, if you can pay $2,000, take that $4,000 that you were going to pay, put it in the bank, and let's let that be part of your monies for when you move, and stay where you are. You've been there this long, stay there another year, and then let's get you, because she has the credit. She just doesn't have all the money she wants.
That's another excellent advice.
So and she was very excited. She said, I didn't even think about that. Let's think about that.
Listen, Christmas is in 7 days, and everybody gifts is still in my thoughts and prayers.
Amen.
Right. I thought mine was in the mail.
Right.
Yours in the mail.
Right. Another thing is,
they in my thoughts and prayers.
It is now the end of the year. So what's going to happen?
Taxes.
So
don't spend it on stuff.
Do not buy stuff with them taxes, baby. Save that money to put down on your new property.
So, and don't buy cars. Those are depreciating assets. Whereas real estate is a what? Appreciating.
Along with that, it lowers your debt ratio.
So I want to just dispel this whole fear mongering. Like literally, they will walk you through, hold your hand from application to closing. What did I say? Walk you through, hold your hand. The only thing that you really fear is the unknown. And if you don't know the process, here, Shirley and Latricia are here to take you through it. And you then can become the expert right after you close.
That's it. Nothing beats a failure but a try. All you have to do is try. And that try is a simple phone call.
That's right. Area code 773-616-0906.
And I wanted to mention, as of January the 1st, we have a program coming out. Well, it's already out, but it's changing. So it's called the 1+ program. And with the 1+ program, you only have to put 1% down.
What?
We will pay the other 2%.
What?
Yes.
So what's changing?
At first, it was just for Fannie Mae, but now it's going geared towards Freddie Mac as well.
Can you give us an example?
Not yet. When we come back, I want y'all to stay right here. Right here, because Marvin said he's gonna keep you, and guess what? Shirley and Latricia gonna love you up. This is version 1390.
Yeah, only 1% for real.
What's the name of the song?
You kept me.
Oh. So, not FHA.
No, it's
These are
conventional.
conventional. What's the minimum to qualify for conventional? What you are?
When you say minimum, it says
Minimum credit
620.
score.
It says 620, but your credit still got to be at a certain criteria to go through the automated underwriting system, unless you have savings.
Right. But 1% down.
That's amazing.
You can
That's
beat
better
that
than
with a
veterans.
stick. Right. Well, not better than veterans. Well, you know.
The one used to call us all the time, Janice. Remember Janice?
Yeah. Is that her?
Must be her. I don't know. I think it is. I forgot her last name.
I know her. But it ain't coming out now.
Yeah. Is it
Wardlow.
Yeah, Wardlow. Absolutely. So
Okay, just do 1 minute of that, please, Zoe.
Give us an
Y'all go to
example
church
of
this
a
Sunday?
1%.
1% is $1,000.
No, I'm saying do a real life scenario.
Okay,
What's
so
the median house people buying right now? $350,000, right?
$350,000.
Is it?
$3,500.
$3,500.
So that means that's so how much is that they don't have to bring? That's $7,000 that they don't have to bring to the table.
Right. So we want to talk about that.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
$7,000
Because some people
less.
gonna get $3,500 back on
And
their
that's
taxes.
actually $350 is the cap, so it's up to $350,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right. So if they personal property,
I'm walking in the prophetic.
I know, right?
10 seconds.
You're rocking with the Come Up crew right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with your main man,
Action Jackson. And you know what? Officially, before we go back into Money Monday, I want you all to know we have officially changed Tamara Fair's name. She, from this moment forward, will be going by T Breezy.
There you go.
T Breezy.
T Breezy in the building. So now you guys got a new program.
Yes, the 1+ program. So again, it's 1% down. So let's say you're purchasing it because it's up to $350,000. So if you're purchasing a property for $350,000, the total down payment is $10,500. We will pay $7,000 of that, and you would only have to come with $3,500 down.
So for $3,500, I can buy me a house or a building for $350,000.
Yes, that's the down payment, and then there's closing costs.
But with me getting your closing costs, I'm gonna try to get 3% from the seller. So now you come to the table
with nothing. You may go home with the check.
You may go
home with the check.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute, look. I'm about to throw my pen.
I
never fail. She's not lying. She never fails.
That's what I like. You kind of like the feds, right?
I was going to say you kind of like Jesus, the Lord. You went to the feds. But you know what, believers, I do want to point this out. Tax time is coming. And for you mothers and you have kids, fathers too, you filing those taxes. Some of you all will be getting $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 back.
Yes.
And if you could buy a home for your family and take $3,500 from that $10,000, and Shirley may get you some money back. Now you got a new home, you got your tax money. Then you can go buy you a new car.
Then go buy the same day you close, you can go buy a car.
Yep.
The very day you close, you can buy a car and put it in that driveway.
That's right. If you can buy Hennessy, you can buy a house.
That's right.
If you can buy Ciroc, you can buy a car.
Right.
And if you can save, I promise you, they can level you up. What's that number, Shirley?
Area code 773-616-0906. And if you got faith, there's nothing you can't do.
There you go.
Amen. Talk about it. Well, listen.
And let's say you don't have no faith, right?
Oh my God.
Borrow some.
Borrow some.
They say you just needed it. What is it? A grain
of
mustard
seed. Yes. Let me tell you something, guys. There's absolutely no reason why we should not be in home ownership if that's what your goal is. Now, if that's not your goal and you want to go to something else, I promise you, whatever your goals are, they can help you meet your goals. But if home ownership is one of your goals, let's get to it. Let's stop playing around it. Let's stop digging out potatoes, jump in the rope, and get in the game.
And if you don't want to own a home, buy the investment property, buy the house, buy the multi-unit, and still live downtown in your apartment.
That's right. You know what? We have clients that are doing that exact same thing.
But you know you can't live here with us anymore because we out of time.
We out of time. Y'all, we always want to encourage you to keep love 24/7. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them, and show someone that you do know how much you love them by calling area code 773-616-0906. Action Jackson.
That's 773-616-0906.
I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you too, man. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love y'all.
Up next is AC Green, and right after that is Pastor Patterson on the drive home. We do it all night long, right here on Inspiration 1390. Y'all, stay optimistic.
So when we gonna do that makeup show?
That was a great show.
I said when we gonna do that makeup?
I know you too. We always that's why I stuttered. I'm like, and we had a Monday that I was like, why didn't y'all didn't come?
We wasn't invited.
I know.
We can't come when we ain't invited.
Y'all can do it on Friday. You want to do a makeup show on Friday?
I don't know. I have to look at my schedule.
Yeah, make sure you ain't got no clothes.
Well, the reason I say that is because we really need to get it in before the end of the year, because if you are ready to buy, they are ready to get you bought. Okay? And we want to make sure, is it Friday good?
It's good for me. I don't know if it's good for me.
Oh, see y'all. Love y'all. Sorry. What's up, Jefferson? I'm about to walk out without my phone.
Okay. Bye, guys.